I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Hello and welcome back to the guy that keeps on giving. I'm never retiring. Rumors of my retirement are, what's that thing that they say? Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving. This is way too much fun. But this video again will be dedicated to Jimmy. All right, let's talk serious, Jimmy, right? 2 years ago, Jimmy bought a stock on my recommendation, and then it started going down. So I told Jimmy to sell it. And he said, no, I'm not selling it. You told me the stock was going to go to 30 bucks. I'm hanging on. I said, Jimmy, if you listen to me on the way in, you got to listen to me on the way out. It doesn't look good anymore. Let's get out of this yaks. Let's move on. There's got to be a lot of better opportunities. But Jimmy didn't care. And Jimmy still holds a grudge. But Jimmy, if Jimmy had not given up and had continued to come to the website, obviously we know about the intraday trades that have been working at an 80% clip. It's unbelievable, Jimmy. If you're taking the 1 minute multi-day VWAP trades, you're making money almost every time. Does that mean we're making money every day on every trade? No. Listen to what I'm saying. When that setup comes along, the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, they are working at an extraordinary high percentage. But we're also making money on our swing trades right now, which is unbelievable. Let's talk about US Steel for a second. There is the one that's not working. So what do we do with it? We dump it. Friday was a disaster. Here's a stock that we thought would be 15 easy somewhere at the end of the year. And we almost got there. We got to 14 and change. But at 14 and change, we're thinking possibly 15 break, maybe get to 1750 out of it, right? But then they cut their dividend. They cut their earnings estimates. They're shutting down plants and they're laying off people for Christmas. There's a great company you want to be invested in. Well, what about a turnaround? Fuck it. Who gives a shit about US Steel? Moving on. So not only did we waste time and money by owning US Steel, but in one day, we made all that money back in one day that we just wasted by owning US Steel for the last 6 months. In one day, Jimmy. And what was that stock? I'll give you one guess. They're a Chinese company that apparently makes coffee, but really it's two guys sitting in a room having coffee, and they're pretending that this is a real stock. Now, that's all I know about Luckin Coffee. But I know that when IPOs break out of new ranges like YEX did at 1750, Jimmy, and it went to 27, this time we're not going to be fooled. So right now, as the LK continues to pay us, we're going to continue to own it and buy more as it continues to break out. But that day where it rolls over and disappoints us, we're not going to hesitate to dump it. And that's why we're trading LK. And in one day, Jimmy, one day, when it broke 33.38, our trigger price, you bought the 33.50s for $1.20. And in one day, Jimmy, these options are already up. I don't want to misquote it. We got the January 3rd 33.50s. Hang on. Let me just pull it up for you. I don't want to misquote it. Oh, boy, Jimmy. Oh, freaking boy. When the stock started breaking out, we went to the closest to the money. We didn't want to go weekly because it's a shortened week, but we wanted to give it enough time to breathe. So we went out to the January 3rd 33.50s for 120 and 135. They are now trading at 305, Jimmy, in one day. Who cares about YEX and US Steel? Not to mention the Alibaba. What did we say, Jimmy? We were disappointed with Alibaba last year, and I think it was about a year and a half ago at this point. But we vowed there would be the day where they would manipulate this Alibaba back, and those people that were long and suffering for all this time would get paid. We didn't wait. We just got back in. 192.50, Jimmy. Once it broke 192.50, have we got back under 192.50 since? No. Now, again, we didn't hold the whole thing. You had to get out and get back in. I understand. But look where we are now. All-time highs, Jimmy, on Alibaba. Could YEX go back to all-time highs? Who knows? Who cares? We're done with that stock. We were wrong about it. We're moving on. We're moving on from US Steel. Could there be a recovery in US Steel? Well, Trump fooled me into saying that US Steel was going to be, a juggernaut of a company because he's going to cut the Chinese steel out of the world, and all they're going to have left is U.S. steel. I was lied to. So were the farmers. So was everybody else. But again, we're not here to talk about lies and politics. Everyone's a liar. Can't trust anybody. You can only trust what you see, Jimmy. So what are we seeing is we're seeing biotechs going absolutely batshit insane. On ITCI, everything I've ever taught anybody about trading all in one day, microcosm, if you want to use that word, Jimmy, do you know what that means? That means when everything is all encompassed into one moment of time. Everything that you want to know about something really just boiled, bottled up, and shown you a microcosm. That's what it would be. The word microcosm is one of my favorites. Also, self-fulfilling prophecy, basically what we're doing here. And then what was the other word I liked so much? Redundancies. There was another word I like to use in trading as also in life. Who knows? When it comes up, I'll mention it again. But bottom line is everything's going on. Everything is working. You still don't need to try to pick individual stocks to make money in this market. Go out with the QQQ and the diamonds. You're not going to fail. SPYs, diamonds, Qs. And, of course, Tesla to 420. I mean, the joke was that now that he smoked pot on camera, they'll probably run this thing to 420 if it breaks 385, and here's your 420. So just everything's clicking right now, and it's absolutely amazing. So what I'm here to suggest is, again, I'll have everything ready to go with the links for my big show on January. I'll know the date specifically, but I have the link. You guys can sign up for it. January 11th and 12th, I'm going to do it my own 2-day seminar, and we're going to trade. We're in CCXI right now. Just got triggered at 36.25. Just got some 36.30, 36.32, and 36.35. Not excited about this, but again, we've been waiting to buy this one too, because when they don't want to die, they've been buys. So if we get through 36.50, it's going to be a little bit icing on the cake. Not a big position, but if we get through CCXI. CCXI, where's the magic price? 36.88. So if we get through 36.88, we'll be looking pretty good. That's what we're looking for right now, 36.88. If we get through the 50, middle of the day, sometimes you're not going to get that follow-through move. But again, we like it because, again, this stock reacted to a massive high of 36.88 about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And all it's done is consolidate, ready to be gobbled up. And I think we're ready to go again on CCXI. So we're just in because it went green. Just got some at 25, 27, but I got printed at 31, 30. You know, again, not a huge position here, but something to keep an eye on. If it doesn't work today, just like FedEx didn't work for a couple of days on the gap down, guess what? Follow through today. Trade's done. 147.50 to 152.50. Unbelievable stuff going on. Wow, we got a 1-year ass crack alert. That stock is just awful. But Jimmy, this was for you. Ready? Remember Rig? Rig's another one that Jimmy got lit up on too. Jimmy lives in the past. See, the way to make money in the market is you forget about what you did 2 days ago. Live for the day. ITCI. Who cares about what happened on Friday? This stock, I mean, again, I was in at 27.50. I was happy with 30. I didn't buy it back at 30, but I'm in CCXI right now. Come on, there's your 50. Let's see if we get over the 50. We need 50 to go bid. Now, you want to see the price that you paid if you just bought at 36.50. You want to see it get on the bid. If it doesn't go on the bid, then it officially hasn't gone your way yet. By the way, LK, I'm not going to lighten up yet. I mean, I don't have squat on right now except for that one last contract. But great day. But we're getting a yearly ass crack VWAP break on Rig. I haven't looked at this stock in a long time. Let's see what he's talking about. A little bit late to the party here. I'd rather be in at 575, but I see it's a bigger ass crack formation here at what price is that? 666, as a matter of fact. Ooh. I love buying stocks at 666. Speaking of that, that's where this U.S. Steel trade got started. So, I mean, over the last 3 years, U.S. Steel has turned out to be a waste of time and a waste of money, no doubt. But, who cares? Moving on. But AUPH, I left you guys with that a couple of weeks ago. $16. We're at 20. Still looking for 5 more on that. If you're in Tesla, gotta say, take the profit. You got every target hit. That's what you're supposed to do. If you bought something and you get 385 and 420 out of it, that was the entire trade. Now, I still like it, but I need a refresh. I need that stock to go down to 385, make me feel good again about buying the dip. And I'm surprised. Again, the market hasn't had a down day pretty much since October. So usually you're not going to get it today. Usually don't get it tomorrow. Usually don't get it going into New Year's. Usually don't get it right after New Year's. So if we make it, if this rally wants to continue, which is really no reason for it not to, other than the fact that it's gone up every single day for 3 months now. So we're going to fight the guys that want to take profits to start the year off. I think what they should do, and again, should doesn't play out in this thing, but what they should do is if they're going to run it every freaking day from October to the end of the year, all they're doing is tacking on more to what is already an amazing year. The NASDAQ, the tech stocks, everything, right? What they should do is sell it off the next 2 days so then we could start the next year off with a gain. Because if we're going in parabolic, we might start January off with a down couple of weeks, some profit taking, maybe scare some people out. The shorters will get all encouraged. Let them get encouraged, because if we do sell off in January, it's going to trap more shorts and we're going to crush their fucking souls as well, because this market's never going down until it does. And I'm not getting in the way again. I am the luckiest guy. What was it? 258.50. I covered my diamond shorts, and that's the last time I've shorted the market. That was in October. I've just been liquid and sticking with small swing trade longs, and that's it. So that's where I'm pretty much going to stay. And then it's going to be earnings season. And then we're going to have 1,000 choices of what to do. And then we'll see who survives. I want to see what Bed Bath & Beyond has to say after a 100% move. I want to see if LK actually makes money, if they're actually a real Chinese coffee maker. I want to see what AUPH has to say about their new drug. I want to see what CCIX does. And, and then Twitter. I love this Twitter down here in the low 30s. I want to see what that report looks like. So these next 3 months are going to be vital, because we're going in on a massive run. Time to put up or shut up. Obviously, we want to see where Alibaba goes. New highs, CCXI. We still haven't got 50 on the bid. We need 50 to go on the bid here. It'd be nice, because that'll trigger a little bit more. But again, it's 2 o'clock. You don't really get a lot of, monster moves between 12 and 2:30. But 50 on the bid. Here we go. CCXI. It's a day's pay right now. If you hit the bid, in from 25, you could sell it here at 52. By the way, my track record when I'm trading live on YouTube, pretty flawless, Jimmy. I know I can't win on every trade, but most of the stuff I say here, if you've been tracking the last 8, 6, 9, 12, 3, 5, 12, 9, 12 years, pretty good since I've been doing this live thing. Because I don't want to hear any of those after the fact guys, like Tim Sykes and Jason Bond and 99% of every so-called guru on YouTube who won't take the challenge. Just announce trades live. It doesn't even have to be any real money. Let me see if you could actually mention a trade that works live, because I know you can't, because you're all frauds. But, okay. But yeah, keep selling DVDs and telling everybody else that everyone else is a fraud. Okay. But yeah, you don't give a free trial. You're not in your own chat room. But yeah. You're perfectly, totally, absolutely on the up and up. Okay, right. But let's speak about what really happened this weekend. I got smoked. There's no way that. Again, as a Jet fan, there's nothing more than I want them is to beat Pittsburgh. But there's no way they're beating Pittsburgh. The game's over. I'm still in denial. There's no way they're beating Pittsburgh. They had a 10-0 lead, right? I'm thinking, all right, now it's time to add to the bet. So I'm adding to the bet. I added to the money line because I was still assuming they were going to lose. And then you were able to get Pittsburgh plus 3.5 at 115 and 140, if you know what that means. So when the Jets had the 10-point lead, you could now go live on DraftKings, and they have alternate line spreads. So you could get Pittsburgh plus 3.5, which was my favorite, plus 3.5, plus 140. So that meant I was getting points. All right. I'm getting 3.5 points. And for every $100 that I bet, I get 140 back on my money. How could you not take that bet? So then when the Jets, when it was 10-10, I'm counting the money already and just like buying stuff. But yeah, that one hurt. Actually, that was one of my biggest losses of the year. So shocking that the Jets actually won that game. I mean, right to the last tick, I'm thinking they were going to lose. They were only up by 6 with 1.5 minutes left. There was that Hail Mary pass that the guy almost caught. I mean, it's a miracle. And that's the only time you lose money, betting against the Jets. When it's a miracle. What's up, man? Not saying I'm going out like a sucker. I'm still up for the year. I mean, between me and my son, we basically went 29-6 at this point. I mean, we rode the Jets and the Giants and New England like champs. He was riding the Ravens. Still loving the Ravens. We got him to win the Super Bowl now. And I might be there. Not me. And if you fathers out there, here's a question I want for your dads out there, right? And what you do for your kids and whether I should feel guilty or some sort of thing about this. I have a friend, a rich friend, and he gets boxes at the Super Bowl, right? So at the beginning of the year, he says, because his son's a Chargers fan, his other son's a Giants fan, my son's a Ravens fan. So he's like, hey, if the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl, I'll take you to the Super Bowl. I'm not allowed to go. I can't go. So do I tell my son, well, I'm not going, so maybe you shouldn't go? Right? That doesn't even factor in. He's going. And I don't care that I'm not going, because if my son gets to go to the Super Bowl in a box, he's going. Should I feel guilty about my friend taking my son to the game? Somebody asked me that. So I'm wondering, do you think I should feel guilty? Because I feel no guilt whatsoever. I don't even feel any way about it. I feel I would be nice that I could go. But if he's going to take my kid, because he's got to take his son. The one son's not going to go. The Chargers guy might go, but then he's got 2 other kids. Then he's got his guys from work that he needs to take. And then if my son could tag along and go to the Super Bowl to see his own team in the bowl, I mean, it's awesome. Ain't no way I'm paying for that. It's $3,500 ticket just to get in the door. Then I got to get him, a flight and somewhere to stay and the whole thing. And if I would go, my wife would probably go. Have a good time. I tell you, if the Jets ever make it to the Super Bowl, I would be such a psychotic mess that I don't think I could enjoy the game. Like, I get emotional just thinking about them going to the Super Bowl. I'd be freaking out. I would be completely a puddle of mucus. That's why I'd rather see him go to a Ravens, the playoff game. Because I don't know. I think my son, I don't think he could handle the stress of going to the Super Bowl watching his team in the game. But it's been a good year, Got hammered yesterday, but whatever. Can't win them all. Can't win every trade. As long as you stay disciplined, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I mean, riding the Ravens was just like riding the cues in Tesla. Until it bucks you off, keep pushing it. And then when you got the loser that starts to not make you any money, get rid of it. I just don't want to see, as long as New England doesn't win, I love how people are writing them off. It's the same story every year. They never lose. All right. Well, anyway, just wanted to touch base. Wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, Arbor Day, Matrix Day, whatever you celebrate out there. Try to keep it safe. Don't get too drunk. If you're drinking, don't drive. If you're driving, don't drink. And be nice on the road. It's all about courtesy. If everybody was a little bit courteous on the road, life would be so much better. Wherever you're rushing to get to, that 2-car length that you just made by cutting me off, it serves no purpose except for making me want to wish you death. And we got a caller coming in. Hey, caller, you're live on the air with the World Lab. What can I do for you?
Hey, Kenny, it's Ned from the AA meeting.
Ned, how are you?
Good. Hey, listen, thanks for sponsoring me.
All right, how have you been holding up?
I'm in quite a pickle right now. I got a lighter in one hand, a joint in the other.
Do it.
And an extra strong Appletini on the coffee table.
Put away the alcohol. Stick with the marijuana because in theory you're not drinking.
Well, things have been really bad with Stacy lately.
With what?
Me and Stacy are having really bad problems. I'm just ready to get so loaded right now.
Well, you know what? When all your troubles are getting too overwhelming, alcohol is always the cure. I'm not going to say, I don't know what to tell you, Ned, but try not to drink as much this time. But again, if you go overboard, make sure you have a pen and paper handy. Write down some notes of apologies and just, slip it to whoever you think you're insulting, and then read it back later. That's what I used to do. I know I'm getting belligerent, so I'll write my apology right now, and I would put that piece of paper somewhere, and I'd come back, and it'd be pretty funny. So, Ned, what are you doing otherwise? What are you doing for holidays? Your in-laws coming over?
Well, who knows? Me and Stacy. Shaken, not stirred, bitch! Sorry.
She messed up your martini?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, well, be careful about the Me Too movement. You don't want to yell too much.
Yeah, I know. Well, every time we make love, she keeps wanting to do the old reach around and check my oil.
Hey, you know what they say, right? Finger in the ass during sex. Either you're going to shit the bed or have the best orgasm of your life. It's worth the risk.
Yeah, well, I hear you, Kenny. Listen, thanks so much. I dumped out the Appletini.
All right. I'll see you in Vegas then.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for calling in. All right. We're taking callers. Next caller on the line. I don't even know who that was. Ned, call me back later.
Okay.
All right. See you. We should just have a call-in show. Oh, man. What happened to my trade? I just got stopped out. Oh, man. Ned, you just cost me $60, Ned. Anyway, why are we trading in the middle of the day? I just came in just to shoot the shit with you guys. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Let me see if I got the link for you. I really would appreciate you guys helping me out, showing up, at least just to see what it's all about. It's free. It's going to be in the middle of the day. I don't have my time slot yet, but it's let me see if this thing does anything. Or just come on to the room for the next couple of days. I got stuff to give away. And yeah. D, you out there? Derek? Derek, I'm sending back your email right now. Hold on a second. This is riveting stuff. Hitthebid.com. Whoa, ITCI just held that bottom in the range. And we are ripping again. ITCI. Oof. Whoa, that's a big move. 2-pointer. Wow. Password is, type it like I did. Boom, boom. All right, we're good. So did anybody see me on CNBC? I did a walk by. It was very, very quick. I tried to get right behind Justice Brown's head, but there was a woman looking at me like this. We rang the bell last Wednesday. So if you look close, you saw the shine of my head in a couple of shots. But I didn't get some good FaceTime. I did the walk by and that was about it. But yeah, January 11th, probably going to be doing the class. That's my class. No, my buddy was ringing the bell. Bank of Montreal and Rex Shares, otherwise known as, well, Rex Shares is his company. There's also, what was the other name of the company was Rex Shares, BMO, and Microsectors. That's their individual name of their ETF. So they launched a new ETF. They launched FNGS, and they were closing the ringing bell. So I got to go hang out on the floor. Because even though you think I just hang out in my underwear in my own house, I actually still have friends. A few. Wow. See, now I'm goofing around with you guys. I missed a really nice trade here. Holy moly. ITCI off that double bottom, 33.75. Wow. Holy cow. That just went up 3 points, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Did you guys see what that just did, ITCI? I know you guys are paying attention. Got to the bottom of the range. I held it. Never broke over the VWAP. Shorts overstay their welcome. Back to the 37.65 area. Man, the stock is the gift that keeps on giving. And look at LK. This pullback is a measly 20 cents. This thing's going higher, too. Don't fight the funk. All right. I was there for between 3:30 and 5:30. So Kramer was already gone. It was the British guy, Josh Brown, and I forgot the lady that was doing her thing. Hey, lady! Wow, that was a 4-point move just now. Damn. That's what I think we're going to get in CCXI. I think we're going to get this kind of like a, LK move in a couple of these names, the ones that are still breaking new highs. I like CCXI, even though that day trade, well, you got paid. I mean, it wasn't great. But I don't know if you guys traded CCXI when it went green. But that ITCI pulling back to that range down there. 35 with the 33.75 as your risk. $1.25 has been standard for this trade. Got right to 37.65 on the way up. Might have to revisit this. If it doesn't break back out through this level up here now and rolls again, could be short. Yeah, I know you closed it all right? That was a nice reversal too. So what are you guys doing? Everybody ready for the holidays? Tomorrow's a holiday shortened day. Then we're off on the 25th. the 26th. So we're talking about what we got. I would assume we're just going to go up for the next 3 or 4 days. I mean, we still have a chance to get the Dow 30,000 by the end of the year. What started as a joke, we're right here. We got 1,500 points to go. It can be done. So we're half day tomorrow, closed on Wednesday. We get Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday. We got a shot. What are you kids doing out there? What I need you to do, for you 18 people on YouTube that are chilling with me right now, spread the word. I'm going to try to do these at least 2 times a week again. Get you guys, let you in on what I'm, mostly I'm going to talk swing trading here, because if it's not live, then, most of our trades are intraday live trades. But if something develops into a swing trade, I'll be sure to tell you guys. So far, so good. If you frequent anybody else's chat room, let them know I'm out there challenging them. I will take all challenges except on low cap penny stocks. I know nothing about them except they're all worthless. But if you have a team of manipulators behind you, there's no way I can compete. So anybody want to trade real stocks in real time, I will take any challenge, anytime. And guys, if anybody wants to see what I do, the first thing you got to know about me is that I do it for nothing. Come to the website, see what I do. Talk to the people that have been with me for 5, 7 years. Ask to some of these guys that have just seen me for about a month, and they know what they witnessed, and they know what they witnessed today and the week before and the week before and the week before. So the idea is, again, if you're just joining us and if you're just joining us in the room today, I think January 11th, we're going to stick to that date right now, because I got to see when the Ravens game is. But once every 6 weeks, I do a refresher course for my members, right? We go over the main ideas, but that also serves as a brand new class for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. I go over my favorite 4 or 5 trades, show you how to find your ranges, use the VWAP, demonstrate the multi-day VWAP trade. It's a little bit low key. I mean, we don't have to be distracted by an open market. So you do that, talk about options, how they're priced, that type of thing, how to parlay those good trades into option trades. And really, it's basically 4 or 5 hours of vital information. But other than, and again, remember what makes me different other than being awesome is that I let you then take another 3, basically 22 days with me, right? To then put what you learned in that class to good use and to see it work. And then at that point, most people are convinced that they need to stay with me and my crew for the rest of their trading days. And that's been a process that's been working. Some we've had our slow down time, and sometimes, again, for you guys that came to the room after hearing me on Trading Nuts, listen, if you stopped into the room on a Thursday at 2 o'clock for a half an hour and you didn't get something out of it, that's not what it's about. You got to be there. Be there for, give it the 2 hours in the morning, or at least be there between 9:30 and 10:30 where all the action is. And stick around, come back. Don't be one and done, because you are missing an opportunity of a lifetime to hang out with me. And again, does that sound arrogant or conceited? It's not. When you see me in action for 2 months, you'll want to stay. Maybe just for the fish recipes and the songs. I don't know. Or just the option plays on Thursday or Friday. I don't know. There'll be something in 2 months that you'll say, wow, you know what? Man, I thought this guy was just a bold asshole on the internet talking shit after the fact. But now that I've been with him for 3 weeks, damn. Now I need to know more. And that's the way I do it. And another thing about me that I don't do, I don't press play on a seminar that I recorded 4 years ago like most guys do. Okay? They record something, they press play, they're not even in the chat room, they're not even doing it live. They press play, they get your money, they press play, good luck. I do it live every time I do a class. Why? Why do I do it live? Because there's no words on it. To play us out? What does that mean? To play us out. Oh, to end the show? All right, fuck it. I'll do it live. I'll do it live. Hi. Today on, what was that show he was in? Fuck it. We'll do it live. Anyway, that's why I do it live, because there's something you want to talk about. Maybe the market's changing. Maybe there's a new environment that we're in. Maybe we want to address some stocks that are obeying the VWAP that never did obey the VWAP. Maybe we're kicking stocks out of our watch list. How to build a watch list. Talking about the environment that you're in is important to know, okay? Everything I talk about is important. Why do you think I'm still liquid, right? I made it, and I've blown accounts up 3 times, and here I am all these years later doing better. Again, I always qualify this statement. Relatively, I haven't had a $1.6 million year since that $1.6 million year. So monetarily, I don't think I'm ever going to be that guy again because I don't take that risk. But percentages of winning trades, I've never been better. I've never been better, ever. And yeah, sometimes it's on 93 shares, but what do you care? What do you care? If you're in the LK, right? If you're in the LK at 32.88 today, what do you care that I only had 400 shares? You don't. You care I got 1 contract? Maybe you bought 20 contracts. I'm all about finding the ideas and letting you in on the stuff that's been working for me forever. Oh, man. Yeah, and then we could go just back to AMD. I could just end every conversation with AMD because I was upgrading AMD while Goldman Sachs was downgrading it. I was upgrading AMD at $5, and they were saying it's going back to $2. And then when it broke 750, they were downgrading and saying to sell AMD with a target of 420. And those are all documented times. And I made videos mocking Goldman Sachs. So here at $45 a share, I mean, Mike being dropped. And again, I know it was wrong in the Tesla. And of course, Jimmy with the Yext and Alibaba who mistimed some options 6 months ago, made that money back, made most of it back already on the Alibaba. Gary, I kind of do think it's these last 40 points, short squeeze. Because these guys did not want it to see it break 385. They certainly didn't want to see it break in 4. And they were figuring, all right, if it breaks 4, it'll probably go to 420. Now is put up or shut up because this has been some monster move. But this move from 380, 385 to 420, this was all on shorts getting annihilated and not realizing that they're stupid. And you can't bet against a cult stock. You can't. This thing could go to go up to 450 by Friday, crushing people. It's been one of my favorite stocks of all time because when I was in it, nobody cared. Well, it got to 420. It got to 422 today. When I bought that stock, and my dad was moaning about it. Yeah.
Where's the watch?
Go around the back. It's in the back. We were in this thing for $35, and all it did was go to 36, back to 28, 36, 28. It seemed like about 8 months of that. And I was like, this company has the coolest looking car. The CEO is a super genius. And once it breaks into the 50s, it's going to go probably at $80. And, after owning it for that long, to finally be vindicated and see it in the 80s, we got out. And then it ripped to the 120, and that's when it started taking off. And I couldn't buy it back because of the enormity that it had moved after we had sold it. So we were in this thing for 35, 40. We finally get out in the 80s, 80, 85, and then it's at 120 like days later. And then it went to 250, and obviously I watched it. So when that thing finally cratered, when you got back under 220, I was like, all right, here we are. Give me it at 185, and I'm loving this thing again. And the next thing you know, we traded for a couple of, we had some good trades in it from 185 between 185 and the 220 again. And then once again, it broke out, left me wanting. And then we had that massive quarter. So once they reported a profit, I became a huge, huge fan of Tesla, because if the stock was 385 when they were making no money, cars were exploding, he's smoking pot, all of his illegal tweets, stock was 385. So now he's got through all that nonsense. He could smoke pot all he wants on his interviews. By the way, CCXI still hanging in there. Still got some. I like the stock. I like stocks that don't die. I'm telling you, there's something about CCXI. This one's going to be the next parabolic one. And again, Jimmy, tomorrow, if it doesn't hold today's low of 33 and change, we'll call it a bad trade and move on. But I'd like this thing. I'll read that comment in a second. But Tesla, how does it not go back to 385 with that blowout quarter that caught all the shorts off? And remember, back to your idea that it's a short squeeze. Of course it's a short squeeze.
You got the right one.
Yeah, I know.
Was there one with not black numbers?
No. Imagine Tesla's the one that buys GM. I could. It's not such a far-fetched idea. What I think they should do is, once the stock gets to 500, do a 5-for-1 split, bring it back to 100, and then everybody gobbles it up. Stock goes back to 200, and we're talking about a split-adjusted value of $800. That's why I still think you're going to see a split-adjusted value of that stock up 100% in the next 3 years. Because it's like the Jordache jeans. Everyone was talking about how, they're going to, BMW, Mercedes, everyone's going to come to compete and take part of the pie. You go back to the guy that started it. You go back to the designer jeans. Nobody wants to wear Wranglers when you could wear Jordache and Sergio Valente. Anybody who's living in the 80s know what I'm talking about.
You should put it in like big,
box
inside a box inside a box.
Well, one box, yeah. Two
No,
boxes. Two boxes. But yeah, I love it. I think, and I love my AUPH, because if you know anything about trading, when your stock is weak, if you have a good morning and then you drift down all day, but by the close you're near the highs or making new highs, that is what we call accumulation, my friends. Not distribution, like US Steel. US Steel could be strong in the morning, drifts down, tries to recover, and then rolls over and closes near the lows of the day. That's a shitty stock, opposed to what my new favorite one, AUPH, is doing and LK has been doing. And on a lighter, smaller scale, CCXI has been doing that, but on low volume, it's more of a frightening stock. That's why I'm not too enthusiastic about it. But I mean, right now everything's working, so we're feeling like we're in the groove. So I don't know. What is he into? Rig? Where is that stock? Yeah, but you know what the thing about this one? That's a massive, that's a 55% move already. I mean, I don't hate it, but from 4 to 650, it's a big move. But you give it a refresh and then it breaks out. I mean, I used to love this stock. Jimmy, another one I got wrong, right? That whole sector pretty much got wrong. Energy and oil, right? They never came back. Yeah. What does he do? He unboxes stuff, right? I don't get it. I'll unbox some shit for you. Oh, that's right. I got to eat my second part of my sandwich now. All right, I want to touch base with you guys, and like I said, I will try to do some more YouTube action. We'll probably start doing it before I lose my energy, because I go from 9 to 12 pretty much every day. So maybe I go 9 to 11:30, and then I'll grab the last half hour for you guys. But most importantly, take me up on my offer here. Come and join us so you see the charts, you see my friends' charts. Got a lot of good commentating going on right now. Next year we'll have some guests coming in. I got the guy from Rex Shares coming in. He's going to talk about his new ETFs. I like having the Stock Traders Almanac. Mr. Hirsch will come on sometime in the middle of January, talk about the January effect and Santa Claus rally, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I love Tesla. I'd like to see a nice 40-point collapse to start the year, scare some people out of it. Let's see if you can guess what I am now. I still got some INSG, by the way, if anybody doesn't realize. A lot of people don't realize 5G, it's a big thing. I invented it. All right, that's about it. We'll touch base again. We'll say farewell tomorrow. We got a shortened day. Maybe I'll come back on tomorrow. Be careful out there, and yeah, remember, if you keep regifting, eventually you get the same gift back. So be careful who you're regifting to, because 3 regifts, suddenly that same gift is given back to you. 6 degrees of regifting. Because I swear to God, my sister just gave my kid back something that we had given her kid, who she gave to us. Me, Derek Frazier, I could recommend all that stuff. Call me. Email me right now so you don't forget. The Warlock. T-H-E, you know how to spell the. The Warlock at hitthebid.com. Give me your phone number, because I got some new connections I want to talk to you guys about, but it's more of a private conversation because everybody's in a different circumstance with money and leverage and how much they can afford to pay. Because as much as everything's free, a lot of these free platforms still stink. All right? You want to trade and you want to do this for real, you should, don't be afraid to pay $100 a month for some really good software and better executions and a little bit of leverage. There was a time we were paying, $550, $600 just to have an account. Back in the day, you were getting crushed. 3 cents a share. You were paying for the software. You were paying for your desk fee they used to charge us for, which is bullshit. Now for, $150, $200, you get all that stuff, but now they charge different. They say the trading is free, but they charge you for the data and the platform and the leverage. But again, if you're getting what you want out of it at $1.50 a month, then it's worth it. Because free is illusion. Okay? You understand they're front running your orders, right? When you send the order to buy 100 shares of LK at $35.67, they're getting it done at 65 and selling to you for 67. So they're getting it in between the bid and offer, and go ahead. We'll give you here's your free trade. We'll make money in limbo while you're not, where you're not paying attention. And they're also making money off the routing and all that stuff. So nothing's really free. But if you know what you're doing, place those limit orders, use those free tickets. Well, now you don't have to place limit orders as much, but some of these places they want you to press send limit orders. Yeah. Now it's all about data, and again, if you got $5,000, let's say, and you want to be a real day trader, right? Isn't it worth $150 a month, to get over that pattern day trader rule? I mean, that could be the beginning of a career for you, and you don't want to pay the $150 a month. You know, because a lot of, if you're trading with $5 grand with no leverage, you're kind of restricted to what you can do. Obviously, you're restricted by the amount of trades you can do. You're restricted by what you can trade, because sometimes, again, let's go back to something cheap like a US Steel, and you get one of those nice setups where you're probably going to make 14 cents. 100 shares, that's $14. But if once you get your skills down, that's a trade where you'll buy 1,000 shares. So that 14-cent trade, at least you make $140. You can't do that without a slight little bit of leverage. And, again, and once if you have a professional platform, there's ways that you get the money back. You become the market maker. And again, I talk about this in the class. Also, some of you guys don't know this, that these companies still offer rebates. So most of the time I take liquidity from the market because I'm a momentum guy on the way in. So if something starts to move, I'm buying it on the offer generally, but then I'm selling it on the offer also. So I make that money back that I had to lay out. So at the end, I come out net plus 0.005, so to speak, because whatever they charge you on the way in, I get back plus a little bit on the way out. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, take the class. I'll tell you all about rebate trading. All right? All right, 2:45. We got to wrap up the day already. So let me go get my 19th cup of coffee. Maybe we'll just keep it running. I don't know. Maybe have something to do until the close. But right now, let me go do my push-ups and hit the punching bag and cry about having one contract on LK, because it's nice. Usually I don't trade options on Monday, but this one, again, the stock is a little bit scary at times. I'm talking about Luckin Coffee. I bought one contract with the intentions to buy more, but then the stock took off. At least I got one contract, which sucks, but at least I have one contract. So what can I do? Some of you guys might have got in about 120. We started announcing it at 120, 130, 140, 150. At $2, it wasn't as appealing, but the stock did well. So we paid for the option anyway with the stock trade. And ITCI, that one's still kind of, you hit the top of the range again. I don't know. It's in limbo right now. I'd love to see it roll over and just hammer this back down for 3 points right here. So, and we'll stick around. Hang on. I think I'm wearing pants. Yeah, before I get up. I'll be back in 15 minutes. We'll see what we can get. Maybe one trade for the end of the day. All right. Solid Jello still in the house. If you have any words of wisdom, I'll be back. I'm just going to go eat the rest of my tuna sandwich. See ya. Yeah, so I'll see you guys. Yeah, I'll be back in 15 minutes if you want to hang. Maybe I'll leave the stream going. You know what? I'm going to shut this off. I'll come back just so we don't have to have a 4-hour video. All right? I'll see you guys. Boink.